Oh, that's a tavern puzzle.
Yeah, right. Oh yeah, that's the one you
try to get the ring off.
Yeah, you can be done. Yeah, but I forgot how the hell that was. It's something you gotta twist and pull at the same time, and yeah.
A lot of people think it's a horseshoe. It's not.
No.
They're actually called shackles.
Yeah. See, that's 3/8. That's 3/8 here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then that. Yeah, all your stuff over here is 3/8.
Yeah.
So what are you making there?
Just making a pot hook. Tapering it down.
And you're walking Tom Strous, I take it?
1803, yeah, the state was founded. In 1803, Worthington was founded. In 2003, we had a bicentennial wagon train, and it was a recreation. It went all the way across the state of Ohio. Because on a wagon train, most people would walk, I walked the entire way.
That's more dedication than I am willing to do.
But never again.
Okay.
But the name stuck, and really, as an artificer, I'd be pulling my wagon of my traveling forward, and there's no seat on it. This is a model that I made of traveling forwards for the 1812 era.
Okay.
There's no place to sit, so you would walk with the horses.
I know they've got one of those at Fort, I believe, for a
Yes,
similar deal.
Actually, I'm attached to Fort Meigs. They're my unit, and this is a model of what we have there, but it's incorrect. So this is okay up until 1800. This is appropriate for what we do. So we're going to be working on building that new.
Your website is learninglostskills.com.
It is.
Okay.
What you making?
I am making a pot hook.
What's a pot hook?
You hang a pot.
When you're working on.
So if you want to put it over a fire, from a tripod. We didn't really get creative with names too much.
That's fair. That's a tasty name.
Actually, I think comes from another language, and one of those instances where we took the actual words and just kind of like changed it because it sounded better like that. Yeah. I'll have two answers.
What are those two things? That thing and that thing?
Those are models of a traveling forge cart that I made so that people could actually see what.
No. I mean like things above.
Oh. This is my watch, so that I can tell that my wife's lunch is getting later and later. This is gonna be this. That's my ink well. I keep track of things that I do.
It is getting later, isn't it?
Yeah.
How about that? It's already 1 o'clock. 1:20.
Thinner metal heats up faster, but it also cools down faster.
Reasonable.
Yeah.
There's a one-way valve of some sort in there, so you don't.
There is. Actually, there's two two sets of one-way valves. The holes are about that.
Okay,
that
so
big.
you've got two bellows together, a top half and a bottom half then, or
Yeah,
what?
yeah. So the bellows that she's using over there is a single chamber. This is a double chamber. The center line, right now the bottom chamber is filled. When I pull this, it brings the air from the bottom chamber up into the top chamber. The top chamber feeds this set of two-way or one-way valves in the center flank and then in the bottom. And all they are is just a square of wood with felt on it to kind of create a seal, and then just wood, 2-dowel rods.
Okay. So there's no metal involved, really?
No, not at all. And the problem is if there was metal, it could rust and then it would
Fail.
Yeah, you can't get back up in there. So having it as wood pins, there's less likely that it'll break down. Although the problem could be that it would dry out.
So wood is more reliable than metal.
This is more of an observation, but why does it say Blacksmith? Cool.
That is a long S.
Ah.
Yes, and our modern people tend to interpret that as an F, but it's an S. And there's a whole bunch of rules as to how you use them, what letters are used in front of it or behind it.
And when people were trying to make English better, they just got rid of it because it was freaking complicated, man.
Well, language changes.
Yeah.
You know, language is different than 10 years ago. I used to be an English teacher. Yep, now I teach technology. 3 days ago, I was teaching robotics and programming.
Nice mix.
It's all technology. This is all technology.
Yep.
What's a poker?
To poke at a fire.
Like what I'm using right now, to poke my fire.
It's like things to pick the biggest stick.
What's a tripod?
Tripod's like the iron bars that she's got over there at the fire. The great thing about the tripod is you can turn it into an upright and a cross piece as opposed to just a tripod. Yeah.
Cool.
It's a kind of multi-use tool.
Less stuff to carry.
Yeah. Yeah, we got enough crap to carry.
Well, if you're walking across the state taking a cart, you probably want to travel as light as you can.
Yeah, somebody made that comment earlier, like, well, you wouldn't walk carrying all this stuff. I was like, no, but you would walk next to the cart.
I mean, it's still...
Still a lot of stuff. Well, so as the blacksmith, you know, we would try to put everything possibly on the cart, on the traveling cart, and then because I'm middle class and I've got enough money, I can afford to have my wife as a camp follower.
Ooh.
Yeah. I'm actually paid. My pay grade is $30 a month, which was captain's wages.
And what did the rank and file get?
Journeyman, actually my assistant would get $15.
What the soldiers get? Anything if they're fed if they're lucky?
I don't remember what. Actually, I might have that list. One of the things I've researched is pay scales.
That's cool.
This is from the War Department.
Oh, that's nice.
Of course, this is all scanned from original documents, so...
Well, I wouldn't want to bring the originals out here. It rains and... I get it. Rains too much on this stuff.
So this is actually a listing of just the artificers, not the regular military.
Okay. What all artificers did they have in those days?
So this is listing. This is an 1785 document. Founder, armorers, cutlers, blacksmiths, wheelwrights, carpenters, powder makers, wheelwrights,
So how did?
Stone cutters.
So what was the connection between the wheelwright and the putting the metal band on the wheel? Who handled that? How did they break that down?
So actually, yeah, the wheelwrights were kind of a hybrid of. Oh, it's over here in the wheelbarrow. Yeah, I said it aside. Let's see, what was I talking about?
Wheelwrights.
Yeah, wheelwrights. Oh, yeah. So they were kind of like a hybrid. They had to do woodwork, but then they also had the blacksmithing. They knew the basic blacksmithing.
Okay, basic experience I have with wheelwrights is I watched the videos online of them rebuilding the 20 Mule Team borax wagons, and it looked like there were an awful lot of skills involved making those 1,000-pound wheels for that thing.
Yes, there are. Yes.
And also a forklift, which I don't think they had in the 19th century.
Right. Well, no, but they had, block and tackles.
Yeah, I know, but they were using a literal forklift to drop the thing in the fire and then lower the wheel.
Well, some of these wheels, they got pretty thick, pretty wide wheels, tires.
Yeah, they were like 4 inches.
Yeah. For the standard Cannon, that's only 2.5. That's a small 3-pounder. At Fort Meigs, we've got a 6-pounder, and it's got at least a 3-inch wide tire on it. I haven't messed with the tires or the wheels, but I did some other stuff.
A lot of them are in sections for repairs, which I don't think civilian wheels generally did so much. At least not the ones I've seen.
So, like, actually, like on this model, the marks on there, those are actually metal bands that are holding the felloes together. So the wheel is made with fellows.
Okay.
Fellows are about that long.
Okay.
And they're a section, and they're mortise and tenon together, and then they're also connected with the iron.
So when did they get the technology to make one good metal tire for your wagon?
I'm not sure I understand.
Well, the blacksmith shop over there, they have a metal tire. It's a solid, continuous band of steel for your wagon tire.
Well, you get a long piece of flat stock.
And these appear to be in sections that they hook together.
So there's 2 different ways to make the wheel. There are some wheels that had like a section of flat bar stock that overlapped another one.
Right.
And so the purpose of those was it better traction. Because
traction.
Yes. So your wheels, you would actually make them so that the overlap was like this. And so your wheel was turning this way forward, and because of that little lip created like traction.
Oh.
Tread.
Why is that important in a pulled trailer?
Because you don't want it to
for braking?
You want that to have some for braking and stuff.
Okay, I'd never thought of that before in my life.
Yeah.
I knew they had wood block brakes, but
a lot of the wagon wheels for some of the heavier work, like forage cart and carrying the ammunition and stuff, they had studded square nails that held the tire on. And those served as some traction. Because you really don't want that wheel, even if you're pulling it with a team, you still don't want that wheel to slip and slide around.
If it's softer, it'll definitely slip and slide.
Right.
Compared to...
In the Red War, when Ethan Allen and the family went to Fort Ticonderoga to get the cannons out of the fort, they had horrendous mud, and those horses had so much trouble getting 40 cannons down Lake Champlain into New York City. It took troops, and Washington was losing the battle in New York City.
Just waiting on his guns.
Yeah, I mean, there's little things like that
you
don't think of, no. And some of it is an experiential thing, and that's why I like doing this. Is we're learning history by experiencing it, and I learned, okay, this is why we do this iron work this way, and passing on. Good questions. I like it.
I mean, I've played with enough machinery that some of this stuff makes sense to me, and some I know I've never thought of most of this.
Well, it's questions like that.
You mind if I upload this to maybe 100 people will see it the next 100 years?
No, that's fine.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't claim that I'm an expert on any of this stuff. But
Well, you know more than I do.
yeah. Yeah, send me a link to it and get on my website.
Okay, thank you.
I haven't played with one of them in a long time.
Oh,
Okay, that's Tom Strous, learninglostskills.com.
Yeah, the horseshoes.
Yeah. Actually, they're not horseshoes. That actually is called the shackles.
Oh.